Hello, and thank you for volunteering this year at our 2015 Holmes Elementary STEM Rocket Launch. Last year it was a great success. The kids had a lot of fun, but this year it's going to be a little more streamlined with your help so that kids don't have to wait so long while they're in line. Plus it gives you the chance to see what your son or daughter has been doing in our class and help them celebrate the day. So we have two stations. The first station is where they put their engine together, and there's three pieces that you'll need for that. We have our engine. This is what the fuel cell looks like. We have igniters that look like little tiny marshmallow roasters, and then we have a plug that are these yellow pieces here. For your igniters you only need one. They come in groups of two, so I'll make sure that you have scissors there, and you simply cut along that brown piece of paper about equal length in half just to take the one. Then what you're going to do is in your engine you'll see that there's two sides. One side has the yellow powder, that's where your fuel cell is, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the one end of your igniter and you're going to place that down inside the hole of your fuel, and you just place it down until it stops. Then, holding your finger on it, you're going to bend that igniter off to the side, so it looks something like that. Then you will have the students take their yellow plug, and you'll simply put that yellow plug in that hole, and its purpose is simply to hold it in place. So it looks like that when they're done. Remember, the fourth graders can do this by themselves. If they need help, they will ask you. Feel free to help them. Once your engine is in place and they have their rocket, the engine just slides into the bottom of their rocket, and the little metal bar clips it to hold it in place. And you're all set with your engine. Now, if you're in the second spot, our launching station, you have a couple of different things that you'll use. You'll have our launch pad, and then you will have our controller. The key with a launching sequence is just that you make sure that kids are safe, and it's pretty common sense. When someone's launching a rocket, make sure they stay back the length of the cord or the wire that connects their rocket to their control pad. So just make sure kids are safe. If anyone's launching a rocket, no one should be in that area. They should all be back behind. So when kids bring you your rocket, I don't know if you can see it here, but at the top of the launch pad there's a little flag with a black cap to it. That's just so kids don't poke their eyes out. They can go up and take off that top. On their rockets they have a small white cylinder called their launch lug, and that simply fits over the launch pad. So you take your rocket and you carefully slide that down. Now if it doesn't go down all the way, that's fine. Just make sure not to jam it down. If you jam it down, then chances are when it ignites, if there's some spot that's a little bit thicker than others, it might just sit there, which is no fun. So once you have your rocket in place, your controller has two alligator clips, and you're just going to clip those alligator clips to each of the metal prongs from their igniter, so the little marshmallow holders. It's easiest to do this from the side, so you clip one on one side, move over this way, one on one side and one on the other. Now when these are being clipped on, you want to make sure that on your controller this little metal key is not plugged in. Okay. So we have our alligator clips on our rocket. Alright. The kids move back the length of the wire to their controller. Now on this circuit, the switch, or the open, is this little metal hole right there. In order to activate it, you have to put the little bar into that hole and press down. When you press down, that red light is on. That means that it can launch as soon as they hit the button. If you let go of the pin, it should pop back out and that light comes off. Now obviously we're not going to launch it in class, but if you can imagine holding down this pin so that the red light is on, then all the student has to do is press the launch button here, and hopefully their rocket launches up into the air. If their rocket doesn't launch, the first thing that you should do is take the pin out of the controller so there's no way that it's going to misfire. And then you can go up and check your alligator clips. The basic idea is that probably one of them had fallen off as you walked back to your controller. If both of those are still on, all right, and you go back and you try it again by putting in the pin, holding down the button, and pressing the launch key. If it doesn't work, it could be that their igniter got twisted and the circuit is running a little bit shorter, not going up into that prong into their fuel cell. So then you can just have them bring it back to the engine station. We'll get them a new igniter and they can come back out for you. Once they launch, just make sure that the kids are being calm. If it goes up and the parachute opens and there's not another kid that is launching theirs at the moment, they may run and try to catch it. If the parachute doesn't open, please don't have them run and catch it because they will come down as fast as they go up. If they are in the way, they will get hit. So if the parachute opens, feel free to have them chase them down. Just make sure they're not running into each other. But if it doesn't open, just have them stay close to you. I will obviously be out there if there's any questions. Don't be afraid to come and ask me. Otherwise, enjoy your day, and thank you again for helping.